You want to start riding, but where do you begin? You start looking for your first bike and reality hits. The choices are overwhelming, and the advice is all over the place, and you're afraid you're gonna make a mistake. You're worried you might get something too powerful and scary, but then on the other hand, you're thinking you might get something that you're gonna outgrow in 3 months. And I get it, that's normal thinking. Do you get a new bike? Do you get a used bike? What type of bike do you get? And about how much are you gonna spend? Welcome to the channel. I've been riding since 2003. Obviously, I do have some experience. I'm not saying that I'm the guru of motorcycles, but I am learning every time I ride, every day, and I try to improve and get better. The first question you should ask yourself is, what type of riding do you want to do? I came up with 4 categories. One is a commuter, where you have something lightweight. It's gonna be easy on your body. You won't have like any arm pump or back pain. You know, standing up an upright position. It's good on gas. You maneuver in and out in traffic nice and easy. It's easy to park. Number 2 is the weekend warrior. That's where you wanna have a bike and go on back roads or go on the highway and go crazy. Or someone that wants to go on trails and have fun with a dirt bike. So that would be a weekend warrior. The third one is the adventure guy. That's somebody who wants an adventure bike. You can go on the road, climb over a mountain, enter another city, another state, whatever, go have a beer, go through a river, and then come back home from the highway. And the fourth one is somebody who just wants to cruise. You don't care about going fast, really. You don't care about climbing mountains. You just want to go for a nice, easy ride. And those bikes are nice because usually they're pretty low, so you can touch the ground very easy. So those are the 4 categories that I came up with. Now your first motorcycle isn't just a motorcycle, it's your teacher. Now once you know how you will ride, we can talk about what you will ride. Like we just said, there's 4 categories of riding, and with that there are 4 main motorcycle categories. There are some branches too as well. Number 1 is a standard or naked bike. That will be something like a CB300 or a Triumph Scrambler 400. That's a nice bike too to start with. These bikes, they're kind of sporty. They're good for daily commute because you have the upright riding position. There's not fairings like on a sport bike, which is good if you're a beginner because very likely you're gonna drop the bike, and first thing you're gonna damage is the fairings, and they're kind of pricey and they look bad when they're damaged. A naked bike is easy to work on and it looks cool because you can see the engine. Like I said, they're versatile, they're good for commuting, but they also have that sport DNA. So you can also go a little bit faster, lean a little bit more if you want. So that's really nice if you want to be in the commuter and weekend warrior type. If you just want to be a full-blown weekend warrior, obviously sport bikes, everybody knows that. Options are like the Yamaha R3, Ninja 400, and things in that nature. If you want to be the adventure guy, or dual sport guy, kind of the same category almost, you would start off with like a KLX 250, KLX 300, or a Honda CRF 300 Rally. That's another nice one too. And the KTM Adventure is really nice, the 390, but that's a little bit more powerful, and if you're a new rider, you have 0 experience, that might be a little bit too much. But if you do have some experience like that one, that would be a nice bike because it has a little bit more power and you're not gonna outgrow it that quick. And then if you wanna just cruise, you would get something like a Honda Rebel 300 or even a 500, depending on your size and stuff, you know. And also Harley is coming out next year with a budget friendly, I believe it's going to be like a cruiser bike, obviously Harley. So that's something to keep in mind as well, because a lot of people, they want to start riding, but they're more into that cruiser category. Now, key specs for new motorcycle riders. I came up also with 4 categories. Now, the key specs that you need to know, and this is where a lot of people get confused and bogged down, and they kind of like, what the heck, man? But I'm gonna explain it to you. It's not that hard. I mean, obviously easy for me to say, but just bear with me and we'll go through these 4 key specs. Number 1 is engine size, which is measured in cc's. Number 2 would be the seat height. This is important. Number 3 is the weight, and number 4 is safety features. Really quick before I go into the 4 specs that you need to know as a beginner on a motorcycle, YouTube sent this, so I gotta flex a little bit. Lights, camera, action. It says, we'd love to see your new clapperboard in your next video. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's see what we got here, broskies. Ooh, look at that. Oh man, that's so cool. Damn, bro. They give you a pen too? Oh man. I just opened this. I saw the box came. I opened this box first and I said YouTube. So I'm like, well, let me do this in the next video. And here we are. Yeah, this looks cool, man. That's so cool, man. Okay, here we go. And action. All right, where was I? The 4 key specs of a motorcycle. First is the engine size. It's measured in cc's, which is cubic centimeter. For example, if you have an R3, a Yamaha R3, it's 300 cc's, which means it's 300 cubic centimeters. I'm making a mess here. All right, let me start over. God damn it. Okay. So if you have a Yamaha R3, right, it's a 300 cc motorcycle, that is 300 cubic centimeters. If you can picture a soda can, usually those are 330 milliliters. That's your displacement of an R3 motorcycle. That volume, that's the engine size inside the cylinder where the piston makes all the magic happen. That's the engine size. Like a bottle of wine, right? Those are usually 750 milliliters. That would be a 750 cc displacement. That volume of the wine bottle, that would be equivalent to the engine size of a 750 motorcycle. Let's say, I don't know, what 750s do we have out there? We have the Nighthawk 750, that's a little bit older. What else we have for a 750? Like a GSXR 750, even though it has 4 cylinders, right? So if you take all those cylinders, the displacement would be the same as that bottle wine. Like a 50cc motorcycle, forget it, man, that thing is tiny. Next off, we have the weight of the motorcycle. As a beginner, you want something that's pretty light, as light as possible, because that bike is gonna wanna fall on you. As a new rider, you're gonna tip it over, you're gonna fall. So you want something that's easy to pick up, something that's easy to maneuver. You don't want to suffer, you know, pushing it around and picking it up. I would say as a beginner, it should be maximum 400, even 400. That for me, that's too much. 400 pounds. That's for me, that would be heavy as a beginner, right? I mean, I have this bad boy here. This is like 560 pounds with fuel and everything. So, you know, now it's a different story. I have some experience, but I make mistakes too. I'm not perfect, even though I ride over 2 decades. I went to get off one time and then my freaking pants, it got caught on these stupid hanger thingies. If you want to put like a bungee for a bag and stuff. Yeah, my freaking pants, it got caught here. I leaned the bike too much already on this side and I couldn't hold the weight, it fell. And I did some damage here on the fairing. You can see some scratches, I touched them up. And I scratched this a little bit here. And also broke the foot peg. Over here you can see a piece is missing. Some scratches here. And that's just from putting the bike, trying to put the bike on the side stand. So you can see where I'm coming from when I say you want a light bike and the bike will fall eventually. If I can get the camera focus here. Yeah, here we go. Some scratches there. And of course I put the frame sliders after I fell, which wasn't smart, but at least I got them on. Like I said, I've been riding for a long time. I still make mistakes, but I'm still improving. And don't get me started on the dirt bike because I need a lot of improvement on the dirt bike. The third spec you want to look out for is the height of the motorcycle. This is really important, especially for me because I'm shorter, I'm 5'6". If I have a motorcycle that is more than 33, 34 tops, if it's more than that, I struggle to put my feet down. That one is 37 inches, so it's pretty tall. I did lower it a little bit, maybe it's lowered about an inch now. Look, I just got the clapper, the freaking bug is taking over. Tall bike for me, I struggle, but I still ride it. I want to show you what it is like. And as a new rider, you don't want something tall, you want something to feel confident when you put your legs down. If possible, it would be nice to flat foot both legs, because that's when you have the most confidence in riding a bike. At least at the bare minimum, have one leg down flat foot. That's still acceptable. You can see how tall it is for me. I got a tippy toe. If I want to be flat foot, I'm like half off the bike. And this isn't a flat surface. If the surface is uneven, which it is all the time when you're off-roading, that surface can be like significant and it adds up. Being if you're short, plus you know there's a dip there, it's really hard to touch the ground. So motorcycle height is a big decision factor as well. You can get a bike and lower it a little bit, but you want to start, you know, get one that you like and you're comfortable with, but that it has a nice baseline of seat height. And then from there, if you want to lower it a little bit, you can do that. This one, I believe it's 33 inches from the factory. I also lowered it just a little bit. On this one, I can flat foot with both legs. Well, this puppy's heavy, man. You see, big difference. This is like 560 pounds and 32 inches of seat height. But I feel more comfortable with this, even though it's heavy. I'm more comfortable riding this than that one. And that one is like what? 250 pounds, 240. And the fourth spec that you need to know is safety features. Mostly it's ABS. It is nice to have a motorcycle with ABS. There's a lot of riders out there that are like, oh no, ABS sucks, this and that, blah blah blah, you know, it's all talk. We all have our preferences, which is fine. But if you're a new rider, you're not going to be advanced yet. So it is nice to have ABS. That's gonna help you out of a sticky situation where you lock up the wheels, and it's a lifesaver. Even on this, I wish it didn't have ABS in the rear so I can slide the back a little bit, but on some bikes you can turn it off, but on this one you can't unless you like freaking cut the wire or unplug it, but then it will have a warning light on. Well, that's another topic as well. But there's a lot of times where I don't expect the back tire to slip, and I feel the ABS kicking in, and it's like, you know, for somebody who's new, that could be a lifesaver. And according to, I found this online, it says data from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety shows that bikes with ABS have a much lower rate of fatal crashes. For a new rider, it's absolutely essential. Not all bikes have them, but on the newer bikes, a lot of them have them now, so it is a plus if you get one. Action. I can't get enough of this. Yeah, this sun is it's pretty strong. I'm debating if I should get a hat or not. Now, setting your budget. How much are you gonna spend? That depends on your wallet, of course, but when you set a budget, don't only calculate for the motorcycles, because you got more expenses. You gotta get gear, and that would be gloves, helmet, jacket, and some riding boots. For a helmet, a nice entry-level helmet. This is a pretty good brand, Speed and Strength. It is DOT approved. For an entry-level helmet like this, looking at about 150 bucks, maybe 200. Later on, you can get something like this, a Shoei, much better quality than that one over there. Usually around the $500 range, that's where they start for a full face. I forget what it's called now, but it has like another film, like a thick one, that prevents it from fogging up. You know, like people with glasses, you know how they fog up sometimes. So this doesn't fog up in the colder weather, which is really good. And you can feel the difference of the fit and everything compared to that one over there. But again, as a entry-level beginner rider, that is perfectly fine. I've used cheaper helmets like that for years when I started off. Now, jackets, depending on the temperatures you're gonna be riding, of course, get one that has pads. It has these shoulder pads. What do we call this? I'm forgetting now. Elbow pads. And what's cool about these, you can get the insert for the back. So it's got a back protector. If the temperature is like 75 degrees and above, I use this jacket because it's breathable. This is a textile jacket. It has great protection and you don't get as hot. If the temperature is going to be lower than 75, I like using this jacket. Or if I know I'm just going to be in the highway where I'm going to get a lot of airflow, I will still go with this one. Great jacket. That had both of these. I had them for, man, now that I think about it, like 9 years. These are good brands, Alpine Star and Dainese. I like Dainese a little bit better. But yes, this is also a good jacket. Of course, all the protection. And if you're gonna be like a hardcore commuter guy, I know one guy, man, he's crazy, Jose. Freaking guy, man. I know he's watching the video now. I know you're watching, man. That guy, man, he rides in the rain, in the snow year round. His car, the battery keeps going dead because he doesn't use it. But yeah, if you're gonna be riding in the rain and stuff, you want a waterproof jacket like this one. And decent brand, you can get this like at Cycle Gear. That's where I got it from. And it still has some padding here and on the elbows. Nothing here though, but I'm pretty sure I might be able to get it. Also, if you're like in between, man, you know, I'm just starting off. I think I'm gonna ride like in the hotter weather, but I might ride a little bit in the cooler weather. This is not good at all at cool weather. This one is. And the nice thing about this is also you can open this vent here and here and get some airflow. I think this is a better all-around jacket than that one. Now for a jacket, kind of like entry level, expect about 250 bucks. If you want to get something good like that one, Dainese, $600 or more sometimes. For gloves, I have those for the hotter temperatures. Those are more like cooler days, and those are heated. They have battery in them and they heat up, which is nice in cold weather, obviously. So these, they're nice and short, allows air to go through the jacket on those warmer days. Whereas this goes over the jacket sleeve, and I like this one on cooler days. You can see the difference one from the other. You don't have to get the best brand, but these are nice because they have the knuckle protection. But expect somewhere like 50 to 100 bucks. Like regular shoes, they're not good for riding, because if you fall, or should I say when you do fall, because it happens to the best of us, you want something that's going to protect you a little bit. This is pretty hard here. It goes over the ankle. It gives you nice protection, and it's not like you look like you just came off the racetrack. You can wear these and go to a bar or whatever. Very inexpensive, these ones. Sedisi, I got these from Cycle Gear. They're about 100 bucks now. Then I got these. Probably these you'll get later on, not from the beginning. These, excellent protection. Dainese, good stuff. Expensive though. As you can see, this comes up pretty high. It gives really good protection. It has replaceable scrape thingies, whatever they call them. But this is for later down the road if you're starting off. Not that it would hurt to get something like this, but I think that's a better all-around shoe, because if you're riding and you go out for dinner with a bike, I think it'll be a little bit weird if you walk into Chili's with this. So for the gear, let's call it $1,000. Expect to spend around $1,000. So let's put that number to the side for now, and we'll get back to it later. Now the biggest question I think out of all is, do I get a new bike or do I get a used bike? And of course, it's nice to get a new motorcycle. You have warranty, you don't have to work on it, it's ready to ride. But then on the other hand, if you're a new rider, eventually you will drop it. Even me, after riding all these years, I dropped my brand new bike. So it's gonna happen sooner or later. And when you get that first scratch, that first damage, man, it hurts. But then on the other hand, you don't want to get something that's like beat up, because then you're working on it most of the time instead of enjoying it. And in a lot of places, riding season is very short, and it would suck if you're mostly fixing the bike than riding it. To me, the best thing is to get a motorcycle that's slightly used. This way, when you drop it, you're not gonna cry. And also, you won't be working on it all the time. But again, don't get a beat up bike and you keep fixing it. It's not worth it. I've done it. It's not worth it. I know, some people might not have the budget for it to get a better bike. But if you can, get something that's like a little bit used and pretty clean. And then when you sell that bike, you won't lose as much money. Because if you get a new one and then sell it, that's where you lose a good chunk of money. So to get a good decent bike, expect around $3,500 to $4,000. That would be for a KLX 300 or a MT-03, something like that. And then add the $1,000 for the gear that we discussed before. So you're about to, let's say, $5,000. So now you got a nice reliable bike you won't be working on all the time. And if you drop it, it won't hurt as much. You got nice, decent gear. Not bad for 5Gs. And that pretty much does it on how to choose your first motorcycle. And it's very rare that your first bike is gonna be your forever bike. You might keep it, but you're gonna get more bikes. Because the thing is, like, you know, you might be into street riding, so you get a sport bike, but then you ride your buddy's dirt bike and you're like, oh crap, man, I want like an adventure bike now. So you move on, you know, you get something else later. And of course, if you're not sure and you find something, leave a comment below. I will be happy to advise you or give you my opinion if that's a good bike, or you know, whatever, all that good stuff. And if you started off on your motorcycle journey, leave a comment for other people to see and tell us how it's going, you know. All right, conclusion. First, ask what type of riding you want to do. Are you the commuter guy? Are you the adventurer guy? Are you the cruiser guy? Or the weekend warrior sports type of guy? Think about it, see which category you fit into. Like I think I mentioned this before, some categories or some motorcycles, they overlap. For example, if you get a KLX 300, you can be doing dirt biking but also going on the road. If you get an adventure bike, you can go on the road and go on the dirt. So some areas overlap, which is pretty cool, depending on what riding you want to do. And still, I know it might seem overwhelming, it might be a lot of information, but just get your feet wet, man. It's like, pull the trigger. Consider if you want to get a carburetor bike or a fuel injected bike. If you think the bike is going to sit for a period of months without being started, you would want to get a fuel injected bike. This way you won't have to deal with cleaning carburetors and adjusting and all that. But again, all depends on your budget. What are you looking for? What do you want? So take all the information I gave you, think about it, maybe watch the video again. Because I noticed that with myself, like when I read something or when I watch a video, there's things that I did not notice. Even on text messages, like I'll read a text message really quick, but then I'll read it again later and it's like, oh wow, I didn't notice this. Check out the video again if it's overwhelming for you, which it might be, and it's okay, you know, I'm not perfect either. When I start new things, it's, you know, it's challenging. Okay, now that's out of the way. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, and if you're feeling generous, why not give it a like? That will help me out a good amount. And before I go, let me give you a tour on my toys here. This is Kawasaki 250. Oh man, I'm drunk after all this sun has been hitting me. Let me start over. This is a Kawasaki KX 250X. It's a 250cc, 4-stroke, and it's fuel injected. It's, I don't know if I mentioned it, it's a 23. Again, I'm a little bit drunk from the sun here been hitting me. I got this bike brand new. This is 2020 Suzuki Hayabusa 1300cc. This is a big boy bike, one of the fastest production motorcycles. I'm sure many of you know what this thing is. 2020, like I said, I bought this brand new as well, and it has 30,000 miles now, so I've been using it a good amount. And I'm on my, I don't know, 16th motorcycle. I forget, I lose track. I went through a few motorcycles, and that's going back to what I said before. Don't be thinking you'll get a forever bike, one shot to deal, because it's very rarely the case. And you're probably wondering how I started, because right now you see me, I might look like Mr. Perfect, but I'm not. The sun is chasing me, by the way, big time. My first bike was a Honda Camino 50cc air-cooled with pedals. That thing was really slow, but it was my first bike. I was excited. That's how I started off my journey. And from there I got bigger bikes, better bikes, and so on, so on. And this is where I am today.